There have been rumours that overgrown cubs, kept as mascots on American warships during World War II, were released into the Australian bush. And all over the country there are stories of big cats escaping from travelling circuses. Perhaps they're more than just local legend. The term black panther is commonly used to describe two species of large black cats, the black jaguar and the black leopard. Now, if it's the near-threatened jaguar of Central and South America, then the risk to people is fairly low. However, if it's the endangered leopard of Africa and Asia, then pound for pound, it is one of the most aggressive and feared creatures in the world. And it's considered a man-eater.
If panthers are running wild, then it's not just the livestock that's in danger, and yet the government seems to have washed its hands of this dire situation. Officials say they won't get involved unless someone brings them absolute proof of the animal's existence. Easier said than done.
Do you think the authorities should be taking this a little bit more seriously?
I sure do. There's been enough sightings around now. There's been enough anecdotal evidence to indicate that there most likely is something there. It's just fortunate now that a small child hasn't been killed. Let's cut to the chase, but there hasn't been anybody killed by this thing. I think there should be enough concern that the authorities should be doing something about trying to at least identify, confirm that there is something there, and to try and capture the thing and take it away so that we're not in danger. There's a lot of people around here that are quite frightened, and it'd be nice to know that there is some formal action being taken to remove the danger.
Do you fear for your family and other people if it's coming so close up to the houses and things?
Well, yes, if the children get out at night and they don't know what it is, you know, it could attack the children.
I'd like to see the animal caught. I believe it's a danger to the local wildlife. It's got to be living on something, and it certainly isn't the Australian bush is not a fit place for an animal that's of that nature. You know, I've since done a lot of research into panthers, and they're very frightening animals. They're very powerful and strong, and it's certainly not a fit place around suburbia for such an animal to be.
But what's really frightening is that there isn't just one cat out there. There are believed to be dozens, with their numbers on the rise. I've sent Dan and Nat to the Dandenong Ranges in the state of Victoria, where the alien big cat has left his deadly mark. Natalie is talking to farmer Ray Barry. This former skeptic is now convinced that the alien big cats exist. He claims one of his prize horses was killed by one.
He only had a lump out of his neck, like where something had bitten his neck open. The halter was broken, and the rug had big claw marks down the side of it. What made me convinced it was a big cat, there was no other marks on the horse. If it had been a wild pack of dogs, there would have been marks around the feet, anywhere else. There was only marks on the rug and on the throat. And that's what makes me convinced there was a big animal.
So before your horse attack, you didn't believe that big cats existed in this area?
No, I was a non-believer. Okay, maybe, but generally a non-believer.
So you were a non-believer in the beginning. Now, are you absolutely convinced there are big cats out there?
I am 100% believe there is a big cat out there of some type. I don't know what type, but I believe it is a big cat.
Ray has never seen the cat, only the devastation left in its wake. But local animal expert Wolfram Richter says he's seen the predator at least 20 times. He's been studying big cat phenomena in Victoria for 20 years. He even has a photograph of one. After the mysterious death of Ray's horse, Wolfram raced to the scene and inspected the body.
Immediately I saw that it could not have been dogs, because dogs go at best at the flank to cut the sinews to get an animal down, in particular of that size. So when I saw the horse on the third day after it actually occurred, that incident, investigations were difficult because it was already going towards the first decaying processes. There was no more value really in skinning the animal and look underneath for bruising, so you could identify the paw print of the animal actually. And then later on, Ray showed me the horse rug up here.
Wolfram kept the rug that the horse was wearing when it was killed. He says you can clearly see by the tear marks on the rug that the killer was a big cat.
So when we go, for instance, and look at the markings of what the paw obviously has caused, it's okay, it's okay. We can see that the scratch marks are here about 7 centimeters apart. There was a third one around here, which is now less visible. That shows you already the width of a size of paw that must have been involved. Now, no small cat could make such an opening of a paw because even the paw size is not big enough for it. So immediately I knew, yes, we have here a big paw that caused the scratching in this direction. Yes, definitely a big cat. There was no question to me. The question was then, for me, which way was the horse attacked? Was it attacked trying to get in the throat, which is a normal big prey animal attack, or was it from behind? And I looked at the sloping down there, and that told me the animal must have jumped onto the horse from behind. The cat jumped onto the back. The horse panicked, ran downhill, and then when it got further down towards a steeper slope section, with the weight, with the fear, the panic, it just must have finally collapsed on its front feet after skidding for about a good 20 feet, 7 meters, with all 4 legs. So the cat on its back must have got imbalanced by the horse getting down on its front knees, got thrown over. That's how the scratch marks came this way, right over the horse's head. And that's what I believe caused the halter to be torn in such a fashion. It's virtually like a knife cut. And that material is so tough that can hold a ton.